नमस्ते एंड क्योरा मेरे नौच एक तरतुड़ी और आप सब देखना चंद पहाड़ी स्वैगर टॉक्स। आज हमारे बीच में एक ऐसी आर्टिस्ट हैं जिन्होंने उत्तराखंडी कल्चर को एक नया पैगाम दिया है। जी हाँ, ये है हमारी बुली सोशल एंटरप्राइज की फाउंडर। इन्होंने ना ही उत्तराखंड कल्चर, भाषा और हेरिटेज को अपने आर्टवर्क के थ्रू बचाया है और गवर्नमेंट इनिशिएटिव से उत्तराखंड लोग को बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट और क्रिटिकल इश्यूज में भी अवेयरनेस रेज करी है। सो लेट्स वेलकम मिस तानिया कोटरावा। वेलकम।
Namaste for having me, Ekta. Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here. So पहले I would just like to say आप उन लोगों को बताना चाहेंगी अपनी सोशल एंटरप्राइज बुली के बारे में जो शायद नहीं जानते हो।
Oh, yes. So, Bully is a platform where we promote the art and craft of Uttarakhand. And I started Bully back in 2017. And I'll tell you a bit my background, my career background. So, by degree, I am a fashion designer. And before starting Bully, I have worked in various craft clusters across the Northeast India. So I wanted to start Bully because after being inspired by the whole craft cluster and the craft management of the Northeast, I wanted to bring something similar. मैं चाहती थी कि उत्तराखंड में भी we have a similar awareness about the art and craft. Because somehow उत्तराखंड का जो यूनिक आर्ट एंड क्राफ्ट है उसका ज्यादा प्रमोशन नहीं है. We don't find much information. अब तो thanks to internet, over the time, even people from the villages, they're able to use the internet now, and that they're able to send in some information. In fact, recently I've started a series on Holi, which is called Holi Ode to Culture, where we are trying to document all the tribes and all the जनजातियां, मतलब जितनी भी उत्तराखंड की जनजाति है, हम चाह रहे हैं कि उसको हम डॉक्यूमेंट करें. So I started Holi with a vision कि जो उत्तराखंड की आर्ट एंड क्राफ्ट है उसको एक प्लेटफॉर्म मिले. भले ही छोटा सा मिले, मतलब छोटा सा इनिशिएटिव था, बट नाउ आफ्टर 3 years इट्स काफी ऑडियंस काफी बढ़ गई है. एंड ऑब्वियसली a lot of people उन्होंने एसोसिएट करना शुरू कर दिया है भूली को उत्तराखंड से. So yeah, that's great.
That's wonderful to know. So personally for you, did you always wanted to be an illustrator or a designer, or it's something that just came up when you were
I
growing up?
So there's this question, and I'll tell you. So I was, I think, in class 5th, and there was this drawing competition school में. So I drew this very stylish girl with a purse and with a pencil. तो मेरी जो टीचर थी उन्होंने पॉइंट आउट किया कि अरे तुमने तो फैशन डिजाइनर बना दी. एंड तब से it just stuck in my head कि I wanted to be that girl. मैं चाहती थी कि मैं वही लड़की बन जाऊं. So I always wanted to be a fashion designer. But उत्तराखंड से मेरा जो रिलेशन है वो it has actually developed. It's quite new because I don't know whether you've seen some of my interviews or not. कि my father, जो मेरी father के my grandparents, they migrated from Uttarakhand to Madhya Pradesh in search of jobs. काफी पहले, मतलब I think back in the 70s. So उसके कारण क्या हुआ, and my father, he is in paramilitary, so इतने सारे cultures का exposure था. So I couldn't really connect with my home state that much. So this happened after I think when I was studying design at school. So we had this assignment where I had to write something about my home state. I mean, I had to document the culture of my home state, and this was back in 2012, right? And उस time इतनी resources नहीं थी online, because this is very recent, the distribution, especially about Uttarakhand, the information distribution about Uttarakhand is very new. बहुत काफी नया है ये. तो yeah, so उस time तो कोई information थी नहीं, and I felt really sad that it's very unfortunate that I don't know much about my culture. तो उस time I started calling my nanis and dadis. मैंने अपनी नानी दादी को फोन लगा के फिर मैं पूछ के मैंने पूरा डॉक्यूमेंटेशन किया, एंड आई एंजॉयड द प्रोसेस. मैंने प्रोसेस बहुत एंजॉय किया, एंड इट टर्न्ड आउट प्रीटी गुड टू. So yeah, तो उसके बाद से even when I was in design, I was studying design because fashion को लोग बहुत glamour से जोड़ते हैं. I never wanted to go into glamour. I always wanted to go into crafts, into rural craft development. तो मेरा काफी टाइम से exposure वही था. So yeah, that's how I mean that's how I मेरी डिग्री तो फैशन डिजाइनर है, बट जो क्राफ्ट का डॉक्यूमेंटेशन है मेरा, दैट लेट मतलब फिर I could self taught myself to be an illustrator. So I am a self taught illustrator. So yeah, so document karte karte craft cluster, through images and text I got into illustrations.
So, with your journey that you've said, how did you get into social work? Because Bully does a lot of government initiatives as well. It's done at the starting. So, did you always
Yes.
want to get into the social side as well, or did you never realize you could impact
So
people?
I always personally I've always thought कि I need, जैसे कि काफी सारे illustrators की artist की अपनी अपनी inspiration होती है. I get inspired by doing something meaningful. I mean, I get inspired by social issues. I get inspired by, that is my inspiration. So yeah, so I think back in 2011 I was approached uh, by somebody from the Ministry of Women Empowerment and Child Development for a project, और उसमें I did not design the content. The content was designed by somebody else, but I designed a few posters with the Ministry of Women Empowerment and Child Development. और उन posters का महत्व ये होता है गांव में कि जो पोस्टर है वो देखने में आसान होता है, इंटरेस्टिंग होता है, एंड जब आप पोस्टर से किसी को कोई चीज समझाते हो इलस्ट्रेशंस के थ्रू, ड्राइंग के थ्रू, जैसे कि बोलते हैं ना कि ड्राइंग कैन, मतलब एक ड्राइंग कैन प्रॉब्ली से 1,000 वर्ड्स, राइट? 1,000 वर्ड्स को अगर आपने समाना है तो यू कैन ऑलवेज हैव आर्ट, राइट? तो उसके थ्रू मैंने डिजाइन करना शुरू किया, एंड देन लेटर, मतलब ऐसे करते करते उनके एसोसिएशन, मतलब मिनिस्ट्री के साथ एसोसिएशन करते करते, दैट वाज एक्चुअली नॉट माय फर्स्ट इनिशिएटिव विद द गवर्नमेंट, my first collaboration with the government, because even as a designer, when I graduated from design school, I used to work with the Ministry of Textiles, Government of India, and then I also worked with Ministry of Minority Affairs. That means the ministry that deals with जो हमारी various जनजातियां हैं, है ना? तो मैंने क्राफ्ट क्लस्टर को, जनजातियों को, I love illustrating people. So because when people come, a lot of emotions, a lot of social, economical, काफी सारे issues आ जाते हैं. तो I've always found that वो inspiration मुझे बहुत लगती है. फिर later, I think after 2 years working with the Ministry of Women Empowerment and Child Development, I realized that I really need to generate some funds now. I mean, so then what I did, I started Bully, and then I started to monetize through Bully, because the thing is that even for charity, I need some funds. So that's how I realized, that I need to create a business where I'm able to work with the local artisans, a business where I get to support the local artisan, and as well as give जो उत्तराखंड की lesser known identity है उसको अपने platform पे लोगों तक पहुंचाना.
Gee. Coming back to your initial days when you started, did you feel any pressure from the society that you're going into a creative career rather than a mainstream career? I've seen your interviews that your family's always been supportive, but the people around you, has society ever
Yes.
said why being in
My family is, I don't know why, but because my father's a doctor, and there's no artist in my family, but somehow they were very supportive of my career. I mean, in fact, they encouraged me. And I know a lot of people do the college forms by their own, but I had my parents' help. They got me all the college forms, and they're like, you should try here, you should try this. So I don't know, and and especially when they come from a academic. I'm not saying not academic, but जो उनके mainstream professions are like engineering and doctor. So I don't know why, but they had this thing for art. So I got a lot of support. And even when I was working in Uttarakhand, when I started working in Uttarakhand, I received a lot of support from the audience, a lot of support from the ministry. So I think आपको जैसे बोलते हैं कि पहाड़ की जो औरतें होती हैं बहुत strong होती हैं, because they're very they work a lot. ठीक है, जहाँ livelihood ka hai, they work a lot in the mountains, and women are actually empowered in the mountains. So I think matlab, even gender wise, and even ghar se, I never had that kind of pressure. And I think this is a great message to all the parents, that when you let the child be, when you let the child pursue their dreams and support them, then I mean, I have been really happy, but there's never been a moment of, disappointment. And there's always been, encouraging things from everybody around me. So I think that's great.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
I mean, I'm sorry, I'm just cutting you. The only challenges that I've ever faced is with bully, I mean, with bully as in, working with bully day-to-day challenges. They were the only challenges. So it's really good, that the society, they did not give me much pressure and I could actually concentrate on things that are important.
Fair enough. Yeah,
Yeah.
what I really find fascinating is, I do a lot of social work myself, but when I looked into you, I never thought that art could be a way of doing social work. So when did you, as an artist, realize that you have the power to preserve your culture, to spread your culture around nations and globals even? Like it's worldwide. Even I can see it here from New Zealand. So when did you realize you can make that impact?
So actually, there wasn't a moment, right, when I was working college, when I was documenting a lot of crafts, a lot of craft clusters. So my mentors, they always stressed on the fact that you should always draw more sketches, use drawing. Because according to them, drawing ke through, you have a better understanding as a designer. I mean, basically, suppose, there is a loom, right? And you want to know what are the different parts of the loom. Then when you draw it, I feel that I could really remember the parts when I'm drawing something, and I can understand the whole thing better. Even as a child, I would write and learn. That was my go-to method to learn something. So I think uh, my mentors, they always encouraged us to draw more sketches for better understanding of everything. And because when you're a designer, you need to draw things to understand the material, understand the texture of something. So yeah, so that somehow, that stayed with me. And uh, and obviously, when I worked with a lot of NGOs, when I was working with NGOs, they would always use posters as a powerful means, infograms as a powerful means to educate the mass. So yeah, design is important that ways. I didn't have a moment, but yeah, it stayed with me. So yeah, maybe that's how I've always felt that picture is worth a thousand words sometimes.
Great. Has there anybody been an inspiration maybe that you've seen that previous artists from Uttarakhand that works for Uttarakhand, or is this something that you just had a new idea about, or have you been inspired by someone?
I think the reason that Bully has done decent in Uttarakhand is because there was nothing like Bully at that time, right? When I started, obviously now I'm very happy. A lot of artists, young artists, a lot of young musicians, they have started because of the thanks to the internet, thanks to the social media, that they've started their own production, right? But when I started Bully back in the day, there was no such thing as Bully. There was, I think, one site. It's called Uttarakhand. I think it's by Bhupendra, and Bhupendra is one of the co-founders. So I've had the chance to meet them also, because when I wanted to start Bully, the first person that I actually went to was Bhupendra, because I thought that we could collaborate on something. And surprisingly, their office, it was pretty near. I did not know, and their office was pretty near to my house. So Bhupendra के पास मैं सबसे पहले गई थी, taking this idea. And yeah, I mean, if there is any site, any platform जो मुझे बहुत inspiring लगता है, that happens to be Uttarakhand. And I'm pretty sure you must have seen their posts, and a lot of Uttarakhandis, they're following the page. So I think even when I've talked to Bhupendra, उन्होंने भी मुझे बताया कि uh, Bhupendra and his co-founder, they were working in a tech company, and they had this two Bengalis, who would talk in Bangla, right? And they would always feel bad, that because one of them was Kumaoni and one of them was Garhwali, that we cannot talk to each other, and we should also have this language thing going on. So that is how they started Uttaranchal. So I think there's one platform that I really looked up to was Uttaranchal.
Okay, yeah, I think everybody's seen Uttarakhand. I've seen their work as well, and it's very great. So as you said, Bully is such a when you were starting, it's such a unique concept, and it's so distinct as well. It's so different. Were you ever afraid that it might work, it might not work, or did you ever have thoughts like it's not working when you were starting at the start and you weren't getting the hype? So did you ever feel like, nah, let's leave this and do something completely different?
Well, so I think I am. pretty decent at planning, right? So when I started, and obviously, I never had that kind of pressure from my parents, that you need to do a job, right? You need to do a 9 to 5 job. They were very happy with me working. And when I started Bully, it was pretty part-time because I was also working with the Ministry of Textiles, and I would go on craft clusters when I was working in Bully. So that was sorted, the income was sorted, right? And I would take up freelance projects. So the income was sorted. So with Bully, I had, did not have many risks, right? And because, the people of Uttarakhand and even, my contemporaries were the only other side that actually did something for Uttarakhand. Uttarakhand's culture was e-Uttaranchal, and even they were very supportive of Bully. So, I mean, when you have that environment, when you are supporting, each other, I think that's a great environment to grow. So I've never, as far as I remember, I've always been excited about Bully. I've always been happy about Bully. I've never been scared that, it might not work, because I honestly did not have anything to lose.
Yeah.
I did not. I mean, I was drawing, I was working with the ministry, and I was, using Bully as a platform. So I think that's the best part about social media, that you don't really need a big infrastructure. I started from a small home studio, right? So you don't really need a big infrastructure to start anything. You can start it anywhere. So I think that's so yeah, you might know now that social media has actually played a big role in the foundation of Bully.
Definitely, yeah. So, coming to the social media, I had a few questions aligned to that. With social media, do you feel it's more liberating for artists nowadays because it's so easy, to get your work out, and if it's good, people will share it and send it through, and people will use it. And with Bully as well, it's almost like a digital platform where you can just see every artwork that you do. So, do you feel it's better now, or was it better before 20 years ago when you wouldn't have social media? As a designer, what do you feel?
As a designer, see, everything has its pros and cons, right? So with social media, obviously, it's social media is mostly pros. I mean, I can hardly think of any cons, right? It's mostly pros, but obviously, social media has also, I think, somehow aggravated that mental illness in few of the artists, right? Anxiety in few of the artists, because that's what I feel, because when you're an artist, you look at other artists' work, and and when you're young, you compare your work with the other artists, right? And somehow, while in that process, a lot of people, they're able to achieve their personal style, but a lot of people, they end up imitating
Hmm.
some of so there comes the issue of copyright, right? So obviously, when you have the platform where everybody can see, I mostly think that it's a pro, because I don't think so that I could have reached a wider audience if it wasn't for social media. And even I cannot even think of ways right now, if there wasn't any social media platform, how would I lay the foundation of Bully, and be able to will be able to reach so many audience, such a large audience. So it's mostly pros, but I think cons may, the fact that it really, sometimes it can really set your anxiety off. It can really affect you mentally, because you see all the good things out there, right? And on Instagram, they're mostly pictures, and you see mostly the good things, but you never know, suppose I've drawn something, and probably I've had like 2-3 sheets before that went to the garbage. So people don't see that, people just see the best part. So I think that can be a bit misguiding to young artists, because I've just noticed young artists now, they're very impatient. They don't have that kind of patience that they used to have. And sometimes it's great to be impatient, but uh, yeah, I mean, mostly I think you need to take your own time to discover things.
Yeah.
And sometimes I keep telling artists, I think one of the biggest mistakes that I've done as a young artist was be very impatient with my drawing style, and be very quick in uh, in getting there, that I totally missed on exploring so many other things. right? So I always keep telling artists. So yeah, it's mostly a pro for my brand. It's a pro, but personally as an artist, yeah, it has its cons too.
Yeah, definitely. Coming to the lockdown, and this is a global pandemic that's been going around. As an artist, has that really changed anything the way you work? Has it given you more time to think about what you want to do because you've just got a lot of time on your hand, or has it just been that it's the same for me? I want to know how is it your life's changed with that as an artist?
So, actually, the few months back, I was exercising and I injured myself, so I had a slip disc. So for 2 months, I could not sit and work. And during lockdown, because I had a lot of plans for this year because I wanted to launch Woolly's textile range this year. And I had everything planned, I had the products sorted and the manufacturing sorted. But because of the lockdown, the manufacturing, it came to a halt all over India, pan India, it came to a halt. So I don't think so I'll be able to work with more textiles this year. But see, I've always worked from a home studio, right? So I've been very comfortable in my own studio. So there's never been, I mean, lockdown did not really change much for me. The only thing it changed was that, I could not travel to the hills now. I mean, I cannot travel to the mountains for, inspiration now. But that's the only thing that's changed. And thanks to social media, we can connect with everybody. But yeah, I think when I could not work because of my slip disc, I thought I'm losing a lot of time, a lot of free time, in my hands. I mean, it was a golden opportunity to actually, because everything came to a halt. So it was just me and my family members, and actually I had a pretty good time, in during the lockdown because, even my husband is also a designer and he's a textile designer. So, both of us could sit and, we were both of our projects, they were sort of in on a halt. So we could sit and, talk about our future projects. So it was a great time for us to, connect that way for future projects. But I think, yeah, the only thing bad happened in the lockdown was, that I had my slip disc and I could not utilize all the time. I'm really greedy that wise. And I think, now I could, I'm working 24/7. I'm very happy working like that.
That's great. That's great. Now coming to you have bully calendars that come out as well, and I've seen the recent ones. They've changed. They've you showed different art forms. It's not just Uttarakhand now. I think you've shown
Yeah.
art forms from Odissi as well. Is that something of a conscious decision that you made, or is that something that you wanted to explore other options as well?
So the thing is, that I'm always fascinated by Indian art and craft cluster on a whole. And though, I have Bully specifically dedicated to Uttarakhand, I think, once a year annually, I should produce something for Indians pan India culture, right? And for, because I have audience that are not from Uttarakhand too. So I think, they could identify something. I mean, I would really want to do something about it. So Bully's calendar annually is a dedication uh, to India's art and craft culture on a whole. And because, and all of my, and it always have Uttarakhand because we have many states, and we have just 12 months. So I always make sure that I have Uttarakhand in the short list of states, and my cover photo, not this year's, but all the other cover photos, for 3 years, it's always been from Uttarakhand, the illustration that I've made for Uttarakhand.
Yeah.
So yeah, in the packaging, I make sure that Uttarakhand is there. But yeah, I mean, I think it is essential for me to dedicate uh, something, once a year for, pan India's art and craft culture on a whole.
Definitely. So you've had a book come out as well. It says "Get Well Soon, Mama," that you've
Yeah.
done illustrations in. Is that something you do because you wanted to raise awareness about critical illness with children, or is that like from your social perspective or your artist perspective? How does that come in?
So I don't know whether you noticed or not, but I had the book was by Tanya Singh, right? And I was the illustrator. So it was totally Tanya's idea. It was totally her idea. I call her Inudi. It's totally her idea, and it was totally her baby. She had she lost a very close relative to cancer, and she always wanted to do something about it. So I was happy that she made me a part of this beautiful project, and it was a wonderful experience. In fact, it's my first children book that I've illustrated. So I'm glad that she chose me for the project, and it was pretty enlightening, and it was very, I mean, I got to develop a lot of skills, when it comes to character building. So yeah, it was pretty insightful. So I enjoyed working, but it was not my project. It was totally her project. It was totally her baby.
All right, that's good to know. Does a lot of clarification. So your
Yeah.
designs, they've been now published in Bazaar India. They've been worn by Anushka Sharma as well, So and they've been in the
Yeah.
Amazon fashion show as well. So when you were starting, did you know you would get such a big reach, or every artist desires it, but did you know that Bully would go into such big mediums, or no?
Well, to be honest, now that I laugh about it, when I started 3 years back, I was very ambitious. I think uh, I was super ambitious, and I saw it all. In my head, I saw it all somehow. I mean, obviously, it is very overwhelming whenever it happens, but I think that the my vision of Bully like 3 years back, it's yes, it is going in the right direction, right? So obviously, I'm overwhelmed with and I would really like to thank everybody that's helped me, because that Anushka's dress was my print design for Aarti Vijay Gupta's fashion show. So I'm really glad that she gave me that opportunity. But I think in my head, I've been I was super ambitious about Bully, so I think it's going in the right direction. And I think अभी इस साल थोड़ा underperformance हो गया है. नहीं तो I think in my planning in my head this year was supposed to be major year. So yeah, उस हिसाब से I think थोड़ा थोड़ा कम हो गया इस साल. But otherwise, I'm happy and I'm absolutely overwhelmed. But yeah, I had the idea in my head, that if it is done right, and if I'm going in the right direction, and if I'm lucky enough and tapping the right things, yeah, it was going to work out.
Yeah, and I'm sure you'll come back with a bang for next year onwards, and we'll see much more
Yeah,
crazy
right.
designs. So coming to, as an artist, you've contributed so much to Uttarakhand. You've done this all consciously as well. But do you feel you're working towards it? But do you feel the youth of today is as connected? Do you feel they appreciate their culture as much, or do you feel there's a total disconnect?
Uh, to be honest, like I don't know. I was giving an interview a few days back. So it was from a fellow Uttarakhand. Her name is Neha, and she is also a designer from Uttarakhand, and she's also promoting Uttarakhand's culture, language. She's producing. She's a screenwriter, and she works. She's writing a lot of content inspired by Uttarakhand now. We were just discussing, and and she mentioned that when some you lack, I mean, जब किसी के पास कुछ होता नहीं है तो उसको importance ज़्यादा पता चलती है. So because as a kid I did not have that connection with Uttarakhand. So I think मेरे मन में उत्तराखंड की जितना fascination है, it is a bit more than some kid who's already been living in Uttarakhand, because you see it around you, you stop appreciating it, right? So I think that wise, I am really fascinated, and I'm really, it gets me going, right? It inspires me and it gets me going. But I have sadly, I've actually seen a lot of youth uh, abandoning their roots, and they're not very comfortable, and because they're not probably aware, and they're not very proud. They don't take much pride. Sometimes they hide the fact that they are from Uttarakhand, right? So so I think there is that. But on the contrast, because I've worked with Bully and I keep on getting messages, and there's so many young designers who approach me and who are inspired, and they tell me that they would want to do something similar. So yeah, on the contrast, if probably 80% 80% of people, they're not taking pride, but probably there are 20 people, who want to uh, initiate an impact, right? Who want to initiate a change. So I think till the time that is happening, I mean, the change is it's going to happen. It's going to happen. So I on the contrast, I see a lot of new designers, upcoming designers who want to work for Uttarakhand. So I think that's great.
Yeah, and I really think artists like you have a huge contribution to that, because when I was just going through the Instagram even, I was just you've got stories as well, like you've got folklores like Nanda Sunanda, and I was just reading and I was
Yeah,
like, that makes a lot more sense. I was like, that makes sense
right.
why they tell us these things, and I can tell that to my sisters that these are mythical stories, and whenever they see images like that, they will probably have that in my mind. So I must say, it's like because of artists like you that people like me get inspired that it's possible to be contributing to.
And true. I think Uttarakhand, the youth of Uttarakhand, they need that cultural representation out there, on a bigger platform. Because while I I'm not really sure if there's a very famous Indian dancer called Raghav Jiyal. He's also from Uttarakhand, right? So so when I see him, I think he inspires a lot of dancers from Uttarakhand. He inspires a lot of youth of Uttarakhand. And I think, when I try to think from the youth's perspective, I think, when you see people from Uttarakhand, on big screens, when you see people from Uttarakhand, like our girls in the army, our girls in, and it's nothing to be ashamed of. I mean, your roots, your cultural roots really define you, right? So instead of, abandoning them, it's actually time to embrace them. And I think youth thoda impatient hai, and they probably, they're falling for the whole globalization and consumerism.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's monotony in fashion. I mean, there are few influencers and they would just follow them. But um but i i think when you grow up, like, when I grew up, I was in fashion college. I felt so much pride of the fact, that I have a distinct and unique culture. So I think, they will realize it, but they will realize it late, that it's always because it sets you apart from the crowd, right? Your culture, your roots, they set you apart. And I think there should be that, people, there should be that heterogeneous society, right? There should be that, because that's what makes us interesting. Our roots make us interesting, and that's how, we have so many stories to tell to each other. So I think that should be there. You should embrace your roots, and it's great to be different.
Definitely. I think that's a wonderful thing you've said. Lastly, I would just like to say, what is one message that you would like to give to people who want to become like you, or who, after listening to your story, aspire to be like you? What's one message that you would like to give to them?
I'm pretty sure that a lot of people, who are following me, and if they do it right, they will have even a bigger enterprise, even bigger success than I've had, because obviously, um, I really believe that, youth, I mean, with every child born, I mean, every generation born, I think the IQ level, it's doubled, I mean, the IQ level increases. And obviously, technology is also, it's changing, right? So I know for a fact that the youth, they have a lot of resources, much more than I ever had, right? So I just hope that, if somebody ever wants to, pick up the work from where I will leave it, I would be more than happy. I mean, so yeah, I think personally, I would just share out of my experience. It's always good to, dream. It's always good to pursue them, and you should, yeah. I mean, and obviously, everything, it requires a good amount of research, right? So make sure you do your research right. You make sure you always do your research right, and sky is the limit. Sky is the limit.
Definitely. Thank you so much. It was such a pleasure having you, and it's great chatting.
Thank you, Ekta. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
For more interviews and videos, please subscribe to Bahari Swaggers.